Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we're back again. Another weekend of good football for our teams. So, Liverpool top of the league. You guys snatch a win. See, I can see a smile on Daryl's face. I'm sure you weren't smiling during the game, but weekend all right? Everything else okay football-wise?
Yeah, all good, bro. All good. Yourself?
No complaints. I was seeing Daryl smiling his face. I just want to see what he's got to say.
Yeah, I'm good. It's good to be back. Been a bit of hiatus, obviously been a bit busy. Bank holiday weekend, so I'm back. Got some time to myself away from work, so it's a good look. Um, obviously, yeah, got to go down to the game, and yeah, I'm smiling now. There's points of the game where I weren't smiling, but yeah, we'll discuss that when we come onto our game.
Okay. So the rundown of this week's show will mainly be Man City Arsenal game, Liverpool Brighton, Spurs Luton game. We'll touch on the Brentford Man United, Aston Villa Wolves, and an honorary mention, whether it be brief or not, with Newcastle coming from behind to steal victory from West Ham. But without further ado, what Daryl's called a completely dead game, was it a completely dead game, he said, or
It's dry, bro.
Yesterday?
Trash, dry, boring, waste of
I enjoyed it.
an hour and a half of my time. I don't know why. What was there to enjoy, bro? Real talk.
They got a draw. So I sat there
That's why
for a
James
draw.
enjoyed the result. He's exactly what he needed.
Yeah. I suppose
I
when you look at it through rose-tinted glasses like that, when you see it through rose-tinted glasses that the result went in your favour, then okay, yeah, it's a good game for you. But as a spectacle, I think Leon agreed with me that it wasn't a good game.
It wasn't a good game in terms of, action, but you could see it was almost like watching two completely different mentalities. Arsenal, you knew they came into that game not wanting to lose, and they got exactly what they wanted. And to be honest with you, I feel like that was the right tactics. Like a lot of people were coming saying, "Oh, they bottled it, or they didn't go for it. They missed a chance to like pull it on Man City." But it wasn't like they completely just sat back all game and didn't try to counterattack. They tried to counterattack, and to be honest with you, they probably had the two better chances of the both teams in the game. But in all, all of the chances that the teams had were half chances. There was no clear cut, oh my God, how the hell did he not score? There was none of those kind of moments really in the game for me. And I felt that Arteta went into the game saying, we will not lose today. And that's what they've done. You have to give Arsenal, for me, you have to give them credit. They had a game plan and it worked. And they've now, against their two main rivals, they haven't lost to either of them for the season. So for them, it's a step in the right direction. And the only difference now is that nobody apart from Liverpool has a title in their hands, because they now are only playing other teams that are not involved in the title race. So you're going to be relying on someone else to do a favour to prevent one of the others from winning the title. So it's going to be a really, really interesting end to the season.
I heard somewhere today. You're going down.
No, I was going to say, I think that was part of the mentality for Arteta and Arsenal. I think they've learned from last season and the scenarios and situations last season, and I think they backed themselves to win the matches that they're expected to win, and to not lose those games and keep it like effectively within our own hands by saying we're going to go out and we're going to beat the teams that we're supposed to. I think that's their mentality going into it. Really, I think it's a bit disappointing personally because City had a lot of changes at the back, and I think that they had potential to go and get the win if they had played in their usual style. And let's not get it twisted. At the moment, Arsenal are one of the most informed and fair teams in Europe. So if they had come out on the front foot and gone for it, I know it's away from home, they could have got a result, and then that could have been such a momentum swing for them title-wise. But they had a plan, they stuck to it, and I think like I said, I think they generally back themselves to win the games that they're supposed to win, and that's how they're going to go about trying to secure the title. So go on, James.
I think. I'll say.
Yeah, someone was saying when you look at the makeup of the teams, you've got 8 centre-backs on the pitch, 3 defensive midfielders, 2 false nines, and 1 number 9. That it's very hard to get a free-flowing, top-level silky football match when you think of it that way. Yes, you can argue that generally both teams play with 4 centre backs, but when they're colliding and their thoughts on football are also similar, they're both going to sit there and say, you know what, I know what he's going to do and what he's going to try and stop me. So let me try something a little bit different. And that's what it was. You know, like you said, Arteta came and said, we're not going to lose. If we draw, cool. Liverpool only 2 points ahead. But we're not going to lose today. And their structure, I can't even lie, their structure of this season of their team has been immaculate. It's been so good. Apart from when they got smashed by West Ham and Fulham, other than that, I can't think of another time where their structure has fallen down this season. And you have to give them credit.
Those results weren't that they didn't do anything in the game. They just got caught.
No, I mean defensive structure, sorry. The defensive structure is so strong. That's the
no matter who they brought in as well. Like obviously with Saliba and Gabriel, it's pretty much been them two have been rocks at the back for them. But even when Saliba's been out, like the replacements have come in and done well with Gabriel. Gabriel's probably been the one that's held together the unit because Saliba had been out for a few games earlier in the season and they still maintained their form. So you have to give credit where credit's due. Obviously, I think Pep had a moan about obviously Arsenal playing with a low block, but he also played 4 centre-backs and he also played Kovacic in midfield rather than going with someone like Doku or I mean, Jack Grealish is coming back from suspension, but having Doku as an outlet earlier on in the game, I think might have caused Arsenal a bit more problems. But
could have started Nunes.
Yeah, could have started Nunes, but at the same time, in big games, he played Kovacic, and
but you would though.
It makes sense because
he's got that
it's not
experience.
like and he links. He's good at linking play between the defense and the attack, and that's basically what he ended up, playing, especially from goal kicks. But Arsenal came to do what they needed to do and got the result they wanted. Man City will be the most disappointed because they're the ones that are technically trailing everyone else. And so it's on them to score and they can't score. And, Pep can't expect teams to come out and want to play the football that he wants teams to play to give them space. He has to accept they got to find a way to break teams down. And we've seen it for other teams, struggling against a low block. It's not just Man City, other teams do it as well. So, you've got to take it on the chin and hope that someone else can do him a favour in the running. But it's going to be really interesting, definitely.
So I guess you're not really expecting a game of that magnitude for the expected goals to be so low. I think Arsenal had 1.2. So Man City had 1.2. Arsenal had 0.66. And like I said, their best chance wasn't even a strike on goal. A clear one, really. From a good angle. It was their best chance was probably, I would say, when Trossard made the wrong decision. He shot and he should have squared it.
Earlier in the move.
Yeah, who is it? Martinelli probably would have just tapped it in.
If he had been, but maybe he didn't trust himself to be able to make that pass. Because sometimes it's that if that's De Bruyne, he's gonna do it. And I guess Jesus's one was a half chance. Maybe if he'd taken it with his left rather than going with his right, it was a good decent chance. And then for Man City, it was just the Ake one, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But it came at him so quickly, he didn't really have time to react.
He shouldered in the end, didn't it?
Yeah. So it missed a lot of players and ended up hitting him on the shoulder. So
he had the chance to have done the cutback as well, and missed the ball completely.
When he became Elite 2 player, yeah? Became Elite 2 player according to Keane.
But Keane's got a point, not in terms of the League 2 player status, but in terms of his link-up play, he does need to be more involved. I feel if City had got Harry Kane, it would have been problems because the amount of chances they would have created for him. Obviously, Haaland is a different type of striker in that he's got pace and he can get behind defenses. But in terms of link-up play, he doesn't really get involved. And in the big games, I feel like he's been found wanting at times where he might get an odd chance, but this season he's missed those chances. Whereas in the past, he's put them away. But against top quality defenders, people kept him in their pocket in the big games. So it's something that he will have to to fix up.
When you look at City, realistically, you know, if you've got the defenders capable, if you can shut down Haaland, and it only takes one of you to shut him down, if you're on your game, if you can shut down Haaland, evidently you're going to have more of a chance of winning because of how City are now. You know, they're not. I would ask you the question.
They don't have as many other goal threats
because
as they
he's
used
kind of
to.
taking that mantle and that role. So I'll ask you now, like James. Obviously, you're in this title race and you're in the run now. Do you fear City like you do normally? Because we normally get to this point of the season and City are on their madness. They're on a run. It doesn't feel like that this year. So
the rest of the games, they're playing, they can win them all. Realistically,
yeah, we know they can win them all. But
it's only really
they don't feel like they don't feel like invincible though, do they?
No, but
they're still unbeaten in like 20 games or something, isn't it? Right now, they're on an unbeaten run still right now.
And De Bruyne is not fully fit yet. So because he pulls out of international break because of another injury. So then you got to believe he's not 100% right now, and you can see it.
It doesn't seem the same.
So
now.
in 2-3 games time, in 2-3 games time, he might be back to full fitness. And
you could say the same for Haaland as well, because he's not been firing on all cylinders since he came back from injury as well. So, I just think Man City don't have the same attacking variation that they used to. Like they had Mahrez, they had Sterling, they had Sane. When they had times where they could literally just switch a whole attack, and you'd be like, oh no, they've got subs to bring on. But now, you feel like I mean, Gundogan was their big game goal scorer, really, wasn't he? Gundogan, so that's a big miss for them.
The threats they've still got the threats. They've got Grealish, they got Doku, Alvarez.
But Grealish is not a goal scoring threat.
No, but it's not just about goal scoring. It's about creating chances or being a threat and taking the occupation of a defender. Out of the mix to allow someone to come in. I think Silva has dipped in form, and I think that's maybe one of the reasons as well. So I just feel like you said they're just not that attacking diverse, and they don't scare you from everywhere on the pitch at the moment. Everyone's focused on Haaland, and if he's not on it, and if De Bruyne is not fit and he's not on it, then you've always got a chance. So I feel like they're not.
So I find it strange. You need a goal. You don't bring on
Alvarez. No, I didn't get it either.
You don't bring him on.
It didn't make sense to me. Especially as you've done well when Haaland was injured.
The thing
as well.
is,
exactly. I like Grealish as a player and Doku, but they're not giving you enough that Alvarez would give you, in my opinion.
I have a feeling that Pep didn't want to lose it either. If I'm honest with you, he didn't want to lose the game either. So yeah. All right. Well, we might as well roll on to your game, James.
Enough of them.
Yeah. Let's go to the league leaders, top of the table. Didn't start too well.
You know what? No, it's actually a frustrating watch.
Really?
A fully frustrating watch.
What?
Yeah, because
the chances missed.
I say this to you guys so many times. We are not clinical. We may have so many goals, and our goal difference may be so great, but we're the clinical. Like you look into our WhatsApp groups, on a game. It's sometimes fun. I didn't go into it the whole of yesterday. So I thought after we won the game, let me go into it, and the amount of cussing. This person's to come off. Salah's this. Why Salah? And it's crazy, but that's the emotion at the time because it's so frustrating.
That's a ridiculous emotion.
Salah's having 7 shots in the first half.
Salah's your guy.
No, but you look at it. Salah's has 7 shots in the first half, and I don't think anything were on target.
Bro, when I saw that stat, because they showed shots on goal, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't shots on target, shots on goal. I thought it was like the last couple of games or something. I couldn't believe that Salah had 6 in the first half. I was like,
14 in the game.
14 all game, bro. 14.
Exactly. So that's why it's frustrating because you're sitting there and it's 2-1, or it's 1-1, and you're thinking, we've been here before. Like, I don't want to go too back on it, but I was sitting there with Leon watching.
You remember Suarez and
no, even that. More recent. Yeah. More recent. Watching the Man United game, and I kept saying to you, they're going to score. We need to finish this. We need to get another goal. We need to get another goal. And there's times where, like, there's one with first half where Salah he volleys it from out wide, and Nunes is just in the middle. We actually just play it across, and you see these instances come in so many times. We get 3-on-1s that should be meat and drink for these professionals, and we're not finishing 3-on-1s. And you're thinking, what are you guys doing in training if we're getting 3-on-1s, 5-on-1s, and you can't ice them in the games? And it's costing us, because it cost us in the Man United game. Luckily, it didn't cost us yesterday. Because if I remember yourself, it could have.
If Lallana didn't feel sympathetic, could have been 2-2.
So there you go. So that's why it's a frustrating watch, because we know, you look at it, you say, we should have won that and we should have won it cleanly, but we didn't. And
it's one of those where when you keep missing chances, you start to think,
that's after the fact.
You start to think, is it going to be our day, because you're missing so many chances? But I feel like because the equalizer came when it came, I never really had doubted that you guys would score eventually.
No, but it's different, because you said this to me before, Leon. But it's not your team. When it's not your team, you can have that casual.
Yeah, but you was comfortable though, James. Like, did you know? Like, it was comfortable.
Well, you destroyed them. You actually
it was comfortable, James.
But
I know what you're saying. That
it's comfortable. Can happen. But on the counter attack and things, the way we play, when someone has a counter attack, it's not a counter attack. It's a counter attack that often leads to an opportunity. It's not very often a counter attack that gets snuffed out easily. It may get snuffed out.
In the first half, I would say but second half, it was
maybe not
domination.
Listen, we scored good goals. Like, I sat there, and that second goal was just crazy. The pass from Szoboszlai, and even for, I think it was Endo, or it might have been Javier, that someone left it, because some people jump in and they take that ball, but it's like he knew that pass was going to Alexis Mac Allister. And his first touch, and then the pass to Salah.
Yeah, it's good.
It's just beautiful. That goal, I was just sitting there clapping, and then I was like, okay, cool. Get the third goal, and then we get a third goal. Which I would ask you a question, actually, both of you. The referee plays. We get a foul. Mm-hmm. Referee plays play on, but it's offside. Should we not get that foul back?
Nah,
because the advantage he's given is an offside advantage, or not?
That's the next phase, because that foul becomes irrelevant, because if he's not, but
you don't get an advantage, because the next pass is offside.
If you're now offside, if you missed out on, if you got given play on, and then one of your players runs offside, bro, that is your own fault.
No, but there's no advantage.
Bring it back because your player ran offside. Your player ran offside, bro.
So but how many times have we seen? How many times have we seen? They play advantage and you lose the ball somehow and they play it back. What's the difference? Someone tackles you and they give it back.
No, but most of the time when that thing's being lost, it's because the momentum of the player either being impeded in that tackle that they've managed to overcome is come as a result of them giving the ball away. Is because the tackle or they tried to ride a tackle and they've misplaced the pass because they were unbalanced now. But if you played a pass and the player who wasn't involved in being impeded has run offside, that's your own fault. You're begging.
Yeah, James, once it goes to VAR, though, James, like, how can you?
Exactly. You can't put it back
because what you want to say?
Well, you say
go to VAR. Okay, we'll go back to the free kick.
It was a free kick. Okay, it's no goal. So what free kick?
So what then? If you score, and they say, actually no, it's a foul there. We go back to the foul. We'll disallow the goal. Do you know what I mean?
No, but it's an advantage though. You score, in it. If you score, the advantage has worked in your favour.
It was tight.
If you scored,
but you know what? Fair play to the linesman. He got it.
It was a good result. Yeah,
and there's a great ball by Salah. Let's not underestimate that as well. Great ball by Salah.
We know he's got it in him, but generally, I thought first half. I've been saying it for a while. I don't like Szoboszlai on the left hand side. Szoboszlai needs to be on the right hand side because he helps Bradley, he helps Trent. His work should be on that side. And when he switched him to the right hand side, second half, we were better. His play was better. I thought first half, Adingra had Bradley on toast. It was a tough one for the first half an hour because he was finishing him. But then the maturity of Bradley, he realised, okay, cool, I can't give him the space. I need to step in. And when he started to step in and put pressure on him, because one time when he almost did the splits and it was on the floor, and I was like, and it's one of them ones where you all sit in your hands on your head, like, But after that, he was really good. He was really good. And I hear what you're saying, Daryl. It was comfortable in the end, But it's harder when you're sitting there watching it on 2-1 and you need to win that game because of the game that's on afterwards.
I get it, James, because we do it all the time.
Honesty, though, like
we are always moaning.
Like Brighton is a banana skin game, though. So the fact that you managed to get 3 points is good. And
it was the last time we beat them.
But for me, you dominated. I think their expected goals was 0.45, and yours was 2.83. That's a dominating performance. And I think I've only seen Arsenal out of the big teams do that to Brighton this year. And Brighton have their off days against some of the smaller teams, but in terms of big teams, I think only Arsenal and Newcastle have dominated like that against them. So you got to take that 3 points, man. It's a good performance.
I'm just happy because I don't want to count my chickens.
We're creating chances, man.
We're creating chances.
The fact that you're creating chances, man, that's always going to be a good thing.
Yeah, Salah's back. I saw Jota jogging. Saw pictures of him jogging outside. Apparently Jones was training last week. I think Robertson's even back in training. So hopefully by the Man United game, we should have a more fully fit squad to call on. I'm not going to overlook, it's one game at a time, I'm not going to overlook the next game, which is Sheffield United. But just really happy. We're top of the league, 2 points clear, but it's the goal difference. I said to you guys earlier, that goal difference of 6 for Arsenal. It may not matter, but there's still a few games going forward that I'm concerned about. You guys come into our ground. Some people won't. They'll say it's Tottenham. I'm not too sure.
If it's you,
because we're at a stage, it's not even a win. A draw is fatal for us right now.
If it's you coming to us, it'd be a different thing. But it's because we're coming to Anfield. That's a completely different animal. So,
I think it was. But you've been good at. From what was it, Leon? You were saying that you've kind of been better away from home, or you've got more points away, or something about your away record.
Originally, when I said that was before the Fulham game. But what I was saying is our away form in consideration with the other team, as in, I think we were like top. I think we were third in away wins or away points this season, and then after that Fulham game, we dropped down to 5th, which is exactly where we are in the league. So now we're basically our home form and our away form are 5th in both.
So we're exactly
respect.
Where we
so we are where we're supposed to be. Where we're supposed to be. But yeah, I think it's gonna you're gonna have tough games regardless of the run-ins. Everyone's gonna have a game where something is gonna go awry, and you're gonna have to dig something out. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, man, we'll move on to Tottenham.
Go on, Lee.
2 minutes in. 2 minutes in, bro.
What I said just before that, I said to you, brother, I said, if we don't get it right today, the wing-backs are going to kill us. Because Luton play with wing-backs. And our defenders want to be drifting forward and being in the middle.
Fulham exposed us. Fulham exposed our full-backs. So yeah, you did warn us, and it's exactly what happened. We lost the ball, and in transition, I know, of all people. And then in transition, no one lays a glove on anyone. So Andros Townsend runs the ball up 50 yards with the ball, not even running at pace, because he doesn't have that same pace anymore anyway. And yet, no one lays a glove on him, pulls the ball across to Barkley, who plays a nice ball to Tahith Chong. Great finish by him, but bad start. But in all honesty, the response was quite good. We came out, we didn't, dwell on it too long. And I felt like, we created chances. I think Son had a good chance when he rounded the keeper and hit both posts. And then the rebounds, Werner hit straight at the defender, and Sarr hit straight at the defender.
We couldn't finish our dinner,
guys.
Like, James was moaning about Salah and the chances they missed, but the whole team, even the goal, even our equaliser was the own goal. And even Son's goal for the winner was majorly deflected. So the finishing and it was substandard, I have to say. But
you need that at times. But we got to the point in the season where only thing that matters. You guys are going for Champions League. Only thing that matters is 3 points.
Yeah, we said that.
All style, everything else goes out the window.
At the end of the day,
goes out the window.
It's not. And to be honest with you, James, the performance wasn't that bad. It was just the fact that it was the same old story with us. like shooting ourselves in the foot. We never ever do it. Like obviously you guys conceded early to Brighton as well. Like it's that feeling of here we go again. Why are we always making it hard for ourselves? We're at home. How are we not starting the game going for the first 10 minutes even? Just go at it. Just go at it. Go hard. Pause. But like just put pressure on the teams early on. But
I saw this
silly goals, man.
That was your 6th straight first half without a goal.
Oh wow.
For you guys.
Yeah.
7 straight at home.
And how many times have we gone behind at home in the league?
Yeah.
Mad.
Yeah. And so, was it? Do you think you missed VDV's distribution?
Yeah, we miss him in general, but I don't think it's just him. Like it's in transition because we can't rely. Like I've seen it even when Van der Van's in the team. Our marking when we don't have the ball, our marking is so poor. Like ask that how many times we give someone free openings in our own box. It's crazy how someone always ends up being free or unmarked in the box from crosses, from passes. It just doesn't make sense.
There's always a person free.
People aren't doing their job.
There's always a person free, and the work rate of our players to get back to that free person is disgraceful. If I'm honest with you, how many times have I moaned about it? Like, and Leon knows there's a certain guy that gets on my nerves that doesn't do it, but it might not be his fault. To be honest with you, it could be Ange saying it's not your job to come back and track. I want you to be more offensive, be more attacking.
Who's the certain guy? Steven Madison or Kulusevski?
I suppose Basuma's been doing that.
And there's a certain light skin guy that's letting down the light skin guys out here.
Allow him, man. Man, Brennan. Bro, he came on and basically provided 2 assists, bruv.
That's the frustrating thing. He's come on the bench and done you favours.
Bro, he's actually been involved in so many goals for us.
I'm not gonna dispute that, but Leon, you've seen it physically. Like people want to see highlights, and if you're at a match, you see this guy. He walks around laboured. He does like I can see a man free or a man's making a run, and he's just watching. And then when the ball goes out there, he's just jogging back. And you're like, I don't know. It could be Ange that's telling him, that's not your position. That's not where you're supposed to be. But when you're playing on,
he has to dig in there. I know what you mean because there's always an overload. Like our fullbacks are always having to do with a two on one. So our wingers have to track back. There's no choice.
It's like I've said to you before, though, Leon. You're still in your early stages. You're embryos right now, and this season, you're making Champions League is something neither of you expected. No. So you guys obviously it's annoying because you can see the potential in what you're. So it's annoying as you're watching it.
When you're in
that position, whole, you got to look at it as you're growing. You're growing game by game, and these mistakes are going to happen because you're not there yet. These players are now playing a different system that is so alien to them,
but James,
possibly that they're going to make mistakes.
We're talking about things that are common sense, and we're talking about things that are, taking responsibility.
Some people don't have it in a game. Some people don't have it in a game, and they've got to drill it into them.
Yeah.
Like Salah, bruv, the amount of times you watch Salah, and as soon as he puts his head down and starts running, he doesn't want to do it. But you see him put his head down and start. So it could be the same for Brennan Johnson. He was the main man at Nottingham Forest, and he was probably told, "You don't track back, you stay there." So if he's been coming through Nottingham Forest, being told, "Don't do this," it's going to take him a little while to do it naturally. And it's like you said, is he being told? Like, okay, you do this now.
I'm not even on Brennan like that. Like, I think there's a few players that are doing the same thing, and it's when we don't have the ball, it's chasing down and trying to win it back. I think early in the season we were winning the ball back quite early in
everyone was battling and everyone's fighting.
But now it seems like everyone is getting to our final third and without having a glove laid on them. It's crazy.
And the thing is, like, as we've expanded the game and as we're attacking more, and like how many times yesterday, Leon, at the game did you see like a Dogie was further out the pitch than Son? Many a time. And you're like,
that's all season, no.
That's
all season for Dogie,
bro. I hear you, but we haven't. The other players haven't position themselves to deal with the transition that can come our way, because it's not every attack you're gonna end up getting a corner or it's gonna go for a goal kick. You're gonna sometimes lose the ball, and we just haven't been in. I don't think we've been positionally set up to deal with the transition as well as we were at the beginning, or as we said, people aren't doing their jobs as well as they were at the beginning of the season, which is more likely to be the issue.
More likely to be
well, Bissouma is a big one for that, because the Bissouma we saw at the start of the season, his cousin's playing right now.
Bro, it's crazy.
No, not even his twin brother, it's his cousin, bro. It's that far removed.
I think Ange was saying, I think it's been noted to Ange, or it's been asked of him in press conference about Bissouma's form, and he was saying, he's had a very stop-start season with suspensions, African Nations Cup and whatnot. But yeah, he needs to step it up. And the good thing is that we've got players that can come in. Like, we have players that can come in and play instead of him. So we just need to get these next 9 games, man.
But bro, let's be honest. Ange played the same midfield as he did against Fulham. And I said to you, Leon, I wanted a response. It's not exactly the response I wanted from the players. It's the result I wanted and I expected. But it wasn't the response I expected from the midfield. Fair play to Ange. He dragged off Coolio at halftime. You could see that weren't working out, and I'll give him credit for that. But Ange's got to do a lot more for me personally in terms of how he addresses these players, how he draws them to do what they're supposed to be doing, and making sure they get to do it. If you're going to play that same midfield that we played against Fulham, that were lackluster, didn't show no intention, no fight and stuff like that, I expected them to come out yesterday and be energetic, guns blazing, battling, winning everything, dominating the game, and they didn't do that. Like, we played well, we was comfortable, but we was home to Luton. That's what we're supposed to be. The chances we was missing were ridiculous. But, I'll take the result. I just don't think it was enough of a response from the battering that we got from Fulham. So they still need to get better, personally.
Okay. Well, we'll move on from that game to what was almost the robbery of the season. I mean, I thought losing to Man United was bad in the FA Cup, but Premier League wise, if Man United had beaten Brentford, man, I would have felt that it would have just been terrible.
I would have felt no sympathy for Brentford, bro. How are you gonna? You got to take your chances, bro. This is what this level is about.
But it's still robbery, innit? It's still robbery.
It would have been a robbery because of the fact that they conceded that goal, man, and flipping Mason Mount of all people, man's done nothing all season.
Good finish, though.
And he's come on and done it. It's a great finish, bro. That's a Mason Mount finish. That is his finishing. But yeah, man, Brentford have had so many chances. They played really well. They deserved to win the game.
I watched the whole game, start to finish.
30 shots.
And I couldn't believe what was happening. But then, you know what, you thought to yourself, they're not in the greatest of form. Confidence in that, I mean, I can understand to a certain extent that's, going to have an impact. The substitutions that they made, it didn't really even help that, because they went a bit more attacking when they brought on Mopé. But the chances that they missed, you thought, okay, well, they've missed the chances, but United ain't done nothing. So realistically, like, there's no way that United are going to get something out of this other than a point. They'd be grateful to have a point. And then when they scored the goal, I was like, oh, no way. I was like, no way. Like, I can't believe this. This is mad. But
you saw it coming, though. I was in my WhatsApp group, but I said, Man, you're going to nick it.
Nothing.
I said, Man, you're going to nick it.
Counter-attack.
Man United are counter-attacking team, bro. They weren't doing nothing.
No, but you knew these are those games where someone has so much and they're playing against Man United. This has been Man United this season. Man United have been dominated or been, maybe not to that level. Man United have been the lesser team in so many games this season, and somehow they score a goal and they get a draw or get a win. It's happened so many times that you just saw it happening. And I was so happy that Brentford got the equaliser, because it was more than they deserved from the game.
I thought they could even have gone on to win it after that.
For less than it, more than it deserves.
But
yeah. No, but Tony, what was your thought on Tony's performance?
I think he looked tired, to be honest with you.
He played like he had a point to prove. I feel like he played like he had a point to prove.
He looked tired. Personally, I felt like he looked tired, especially towards the end of the game, because he kind of dropped. I know they brought on Mopai and went a bit more attacking. Obviously, and Boomer came back as well, but he then started dropping deeper back, and then at that point in the game, you're like, why is Tony dropping? Like, you should surely that's not what they should be looking to do if they're trying to win it. But
because I know you got to make changes, but I didn't see why you take off Wissa. Wissa was causing them so many problems with his pace, and when he came off, even his face was like, he took it like, okay, cool, but I thought it's in Bremo.
There's other people that you felt, there's other people you could have, especially when those three were started the season, they were causing absolute, not the start of the season, last season, when they had all three of them on, oh my goodness, it was crazy, the problems they were causing teams. So I was surprised too. But
Lewis Potter had a really good game, I thought. I thought he was really good as left wing back. But Roslev, I'm not a fan. Roslev right wing back.
I haven't seen him play that much. To be honest with you. I haven't seen him play that much.
When I see him play,
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. But don't forget, they've got a lot of injuries as well. Their back line is depleted. So
yeah, they have. What's his name? The Scottish guy is supposed to be the right back, isn't it? I forget his name now. Hickey. I think Aaron Hickey's supposed to be there. So he's obviously a lot better option. But they are what they are. But Man U. See, this is what I'm saying. You see this game against Man U, and I 100% guarantee you, when we play them on Sunday, we're not going to see this performance.
I agree.
Yes, fair enough. This is away. This is away from home. They're going to be at home, so there's more to prove.
It's like there's already reserving energy for you guys, reserving performance for you guys, because they were shocking. Like all over the pitch, they were shocking, and even like I know people talk about it, but Fernandes as your captain is really not. It's really not a helpful thing. It's like it doesn't rejuvenate the team. It doesn't rally the team, and when he has a poor performance as well, it doesn't help. I just even like bringing on, like they took off Varane, I think, didn't they, and brought on Maguire at half time.
He was injured though.
Oh, okay,
he was injured.
Interesting.
So they had to,
and that made a difference for them defensively. It actually improved United. To be honest with you, physicality. And he commanded a bit more. He did a bit more as you'd expect from a captain, personally, from what I saw. So I don't know.
Cool. The last thing I'll say is Anana has been looking a lot better, looking more solid as a goalkeeper. So happy for him in that regards. As a fellow African goalkeeper, because as we've said a lot of the time, the African goalkeeper needs to stand up a bit more. Over last year, we've been very disappointed. So he needs to come back up. But long may it continue. Hopefully, the next couple of games are just the same. But we'll briefly talk about Aston Villa, Wolves 2-0. I think the main thing from that, obviously, they're your rivals right now for fourth spot. So them winning, it's annoying for you guys. Up until they scored, Wolves were way better.
Start the game,
Wolves. Completely honest,
Wolves started.
They're way better up until they scored.
Much better than Aston Villa, but once Villa got the goal, it was just in control from that point on. Yeah,
that's it.
I was a bit disappointed, really. I thought
Wolves have got too many.
Yeah, I just felt like it was. It didn't feel like the derby that you expected it. You expected it to be like a proper derby with two teams that have the potential to play really good football and them go at it, but just never developed into that kind of game, really, to be honest with you. Maybe it would have been different if Wolves did get something when they was dominating, but once Villa got ahead, it was all them, really, after that. Obviously, I'll take a bit of positive from it, and the fact that, obviously, Ollie Watkins had to come off. So we'll see how that pans out. But without him, I think Villa kind of struggled attacking-wise. Duran didn't really do too much for me personally, so that could be an impact for them going forward.
And your goal difference didn't get hit too much. It's only 2 goal difference, which is nothing really. So that's all right. Okay, on to the last game. Potential game of the season. It's like watching Liverpool versus Newcastle all those years ago come back all over again, boy. But if you think there was an even less than Newcastle game that Gary Lineker was talking about, that was, I think, it was ironically the goals were almost exactly the same time as that old school game. But I'll be honest, I thought the game was done.
Yep.
I thought the game was done. I really find, as good as he is, I really find Anthony Gordon so annoying because it's not like he's doing the right thing. I look at him, it feels like he's a little cheat. gets his foot always gets his foot in a way where he's gonna get fouled, he's gonna get a penalty for something. It's just like, oh, so annoying. That's how when I watch him play. But he's got quality to it. So you have to give him credit. He's brave enough to put because listen, the second penalty, he could have got his ankle done there.
Bro, it's not a penalty in my opinion as well, man.
You don't think so?
Like the way I know he's been very, very clever. Like Phillips has just gone to clear the ball and he knows exactly what he's trying to do. Like at no point is Anthony Gordon trying to create an attacking. No, he's not. He knows exactly what he's doing. He just gets himself in the path of Phillips' strike. And the way Phillips' life is going right now, he's going to concede a pen. And that's exactly what happened. And it's just unfortunate, like, how it went down for him. But, like, he makes no attempt.
Bro, no football is his life.
Bro. I didn't mean like that, bro. Sorry. But, yeah, like, the way things are going for him right now, like in his footballing career, it's just typical that happens to him because he's literally just going to clear the ball. He's actually in possession, and Anthony Gordon knows what's coming. It's very clever, and he's won a pen. He's stolen a pen. He's actually stolen a pen. And
I still don't think the first one was a penalty. I don't think the first one's a penalty because
it's soft.
He's offside, and their player attempts to kick the ball, and he kicks it towards him. He kicks it towards him. And so when he's offside when that ball gets played, so they're now saying that the defender also made an attempt. So when he hits him, because he's made an attempt. But for me, maybe I'm looking at it wrong. When he kicked that ball, he kicked it to him and he's offside. He takes another touch that shouldn't then play him onside again. But so I thought that was a bit harsh. But obviously, maybe I'm not getting the rules 100% right. And they've got they should get it right, but they don't always. Anyway. But regardless, credit to Newcastle. Credit to Newcastle. West Ham, they had 3 injuries, and those 3 injuries they came back. Everyone thought the game was done. Phillips comes on like this is his life right now in football. Comes on to see out the game at 3-1, and they lose the game 4-1. And it's almost like, Phillips is on. Let's go. We can do this, guys. Yeah. So 4-3.
The thing is, I don't even blame Phillips. I think it's David Moyes' fault because when he takes off Antonio, he could have. Brought on a replacement because their tactics were working. There was no need. And we've seen it before when sometimes when you add an extra man to the midfield, it's too many cooks and you end up just inviting more pressure because Phillips is not the kind of player that's gonna get the team further upfield to stop Newcastle from being just continually attacking them. He's not amazing in possession. He's a good passer of the ball, but he's not a press resistant or anything like that.
No.
So for me, I just felt they invited pressure. They took off Antonio, who obviously coming back from injury, but they should have played. Bring on Ings. Bring on someone more attacking just to replace. Put Bowen up in the middle if you want to still, but yeah, man, it was. They invited the pressure and it ended up costing them, and that's the West Ham fan lynch mob been coming from West all season.
So he's just as he was getting on the bus boy. Yeah. Poor guy.
But good win. Give Newcastle credit because, like I said, you bring on you lose the cells. You bring on another defender. That defender gets injured. Well. You bring on another defender. That defender gets injured.
Change the whole defensive system.
So it's almost like they said, you know what? Forget it. We're just gonna go. We're gonna go and do it.
This season, they haven't got anything to lose right now because they're not. They're battling for that European spot. They're out of Europe, so for them, they just got to ride it out to the end of the season and just try to get as many wins as possible and see where they end up. Exactly.
Well, they're 1 point behind West Ham with a game in hand from 7th,
and Man U as well. So
the level of Man U on games, but 43 points to 48 points. So you got the 5 point, but boy. Well done, Newcastle.
Interesting end to the season.
It is. There's battles everywhere. Battles at the top. Battles for 5th. Battles for 7th. And then obviously the relegation battle is going to go to the wire as well.
Now that you think about it, we've got eight fixtures left effectively for most teams. That's going to go within no time, especially a couple double game weeks and stuff.
That's 9, isn't it? For most teams,
9 teams. For some.
9, we've got 9 still. So who've you guys got this week? Midweek?
We got West Ham away, funnily enough.
West Ham respond.
Tough game. That's a cup final for them.
Yeah, well, hopefully they're scarred from that
Sheffield United at home, which should. Yeah, boy, it's probably going to be the opposite. So you guys need to start fast this time. You can't go on this continuing run of no goals in the first half.
Score first. We can't let West Ham score first.
After that, we can be confident that if they do score first, that they got vulnerabilities that we can exploit. Yeah, exactly.
You can come back.
Sheffield United, surely 3 points a day for you guys.
Okay. Yes, it should be. It should be.
They've been better though under.
They've been better, but the thing is, we're at home. We're at home, and actually, I'm never going to talk about injuries before something happens. We're at home, and our home record is excellent. We'll leave it as that. So yeah. So hopefully, next time we speak, we would have beaten Man United, and we're still top of the table. And I guess for you guys, you'll be fourth. That's your hope.
Yeah, I guess so. We'll see.
Yep.
A weekend? Do you know you guys got a weekend?
Yeah, Forest on Sunday.
Forest on Sunday.
Home.
Oh,
yep.
Home. So you guys will be there, possibly.
Better turn up. Teams better turn up.
Okay.
All right.
Welcome back, Daryl, after your hiatus.
Nice to be back. So, yeah. Till next time.
We'll leave it there.
Mate. Good to have you back. Yep.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Take it easy.
Yes. How can I say peace out? Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe, to share, and also to catch us on Instagram and on Spotify as well.
Cheers.
Right, take it easy. Peace.
There you go.